Across Turkish border towns, many Syrian Arabs from the Tel Abyad area are choosing to live in these conditions rather than return. This unfinished building is home to 12 families. They are scared to reveal their identities. They came here when Syrian Kurdish forces launched an offensive against the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant in early June. ISIL has since been forced out of Tel Abyad and surrounding towns, but these people are afraid of the new authority on the ground.
We don't trust the Kurds. We are afraid of them. We heard reports that the Kurds are arresting Arabs and burning their homes. They will kill us because we are Sunni Arabs and they want to create their own state.
It is a feeling shared by many Arabs who feel intimidated by the presence of the YPG, the main Kurdish fighting force in northeast Syria. Many of them don't want to speak on camera, but tell you that the Kurds burned and looted Arab homes to prevent them from returning. And the YPG now has listed many of them as suspected ISIL collaborators. More than 20,000 people fled Tel Abyad during the fighting. Only 2,000 have returned since Kurdish forces captured the town earlier this month. The Syrian National Coalition, the main political opposition in exile, is accusing the YPG of what it calls violations against ethnic Arabs. It is now demanding the United Nations sends an investigation mission to the area. Dr. Abdel Fattah is hoping that will happen. He says he has documented evidence that shows YPG violations against Arabs that date back to 2014. He says that the Kurdish force has depopulated and razed Arab villages in Hasaki province. He wants to present his findings to an international human rights organization.
The Kurds look at Arabs as ISIL supporters, or at least that is their excuse to cleanse areas from us. The YPG acts like the Syrian regime. They are allies and they are being supported by the US coalition.
Concerns are growing over the territorial gains made by Syria's Kurds. The YPG has categorically denied the accusations of forcing Arabs from their homes as part of a plan to create a state. But perceptions are just as dangerous. The ethnic tensions could lead to yet another conflict in Syria's war.
And let's go live now to Zeina Khodr. Zeina, first of all, you said there that the Syrian Kurds denying these allegations. What are they saying?
Well, they're saying that these allegations are baseless and they're nothing more than political accusations. They say that Arabs are welcome to return. But the YPG, in fact, is now accusing the Syrian National Coalition of trying to complicate the situation and trying to stir strife between Kurds and Arabs. According to the YPG spokesperson, he told us that what the SNC is trying to do is change the conflict from one between the Kurds and ISIL to one to become a Kurd-Arab war. So this is what the Kurds are saying, but their statements will really do little comfort to the Arabs who we've been speaking to. They're too scared to return. They say that we're going to be mistreated. We've heard reports that homes have been burned and our homes have been looted, and the Kurds don't want us back. They want to create their own state. So Arabs are quite scared, and we have to remember that this is not the first time that the YPG has been accused of such violations. Last year it was accused of raising villages and forcing the displacement of Arabs from villages in the province of Hasaki. Really dangerous accusations with dangerous implications, because it could spark war between the Kurds and Arabs, adding yet another layer to the conflict in Syria.
And Zeina, how worried is Turkey over the perceived growing strength of the Kurds?
Well, Turkey is concerned. We heard the President Erdogan repeat yet again that for Turkey it is a red line if Kurds set up any state on the Syrian border, because according to Turkey, of course, the YPG is an offshoot of the PKK, the Kurdistan Workers' Party. They regard those organizations as terrorist organizations. In fact, the National Security Council is going to meet later today to discuss military options. There have been reports that the government is thinking about some sort of military intervention to stop the Kurdish expansion. Now we have to remember, in recent weeks the Kurds really made territorial gains. It now controls 400 kilometers of territory along the Syria border, from Iraq to Kobani. It has managed to link two of its districts together. There is now a land corridor. So this is why the Turks are afraid because of the growing strength. We have to wait to see what the National Security Council will decide in its meeting later today.
Zeina, thanks very much indeed for that. Zeina Khodr in Sanliyefa there.